two top trades, and what I want to look at here is the DAX beginning this move off, and the DAX, the way it picks up momentum being your clue to start getting short the Eurostoxx. Eurostoxx made this very difficult to start at the beginning of the day. What we got early on in Eurostoxx, there's your inside day break, or inside week break I should say, down at 03s. Eurostoxx dropped onto it in the initial balance. Now as soon as the cash came in, Eurostoxx then started to float up. That's fine, it's not necessarily going to come in and just sell straight away. And the DAX started to chop. Now what the DAX did, the DAX had already broken its inside week break. Did that rather early on in the initial balance. We then, come the cash open, start chopping in this little zone here. So from around about double O's up towards 15s. Where we'll be looking at is the point where the DAX drifts up towards those 15s, 11s, 12s, 15s area, and then starts to a more momentum type driven move down. And it's as this picks up that the Eurostoxx then goes back towards the 03s, and that creates the pressure to go. This is what gives you the indication of when to enter the Eurostoxx trade. So let's go and have a look at it. What we've got here is the DAX moving back up towards the 11s, Eurostoxx in a position down at 07, so looking to be able to play from this high volume further to the downside. By this point the Eurostoxx had already traded up to 10s and we were coming back. DAX had just been down as far as 04s and was then floating back up. Now what you'll see is the DAX is now up towards the top of its recent range. And what we're looking for here is a momentum type move. You watch the DAX at the moment reasonably slowly, not too much going on. And then you start to see a little bit of a pickup. There we go, from 11s down to 7s, reasonably smooth, reasonably quick. Are we seeing any rotation back up? Not at the moment. Traded 5s, 6 it trades back up to, and then the selling keeps on coming in. This is getting the Eurostoxx dropping now. But still, inside week break in the stocks comes in down here at 03s. DAX has now moved in a pretty straight line from 11s down to the lows at 97s. It's as we get the push through the low in the DAX, that's where the Eurostoxx then starts to take notice and starts to move. And this then is your clue. We've seen the Eurostoxx washing up and down whilst the DAX has been trading this little tight range. Now the DAX is starting to get its break, then you can start looking to add on to the Eurostoxx. So there we go, through 03s. What you want us to be seeing now is the DAX continuing this drop here. So we're down towards 92s in the DAX. We're starting to see a little rotation back. Remember, we have just straight lined it. Then the DAX gets slammed once more. This then starts to take the Eurostoxx further. Still not really getting the progression on it, but it's hard now for the Eurostoxx to bounce when the DAX has just come from 11s, is now trading low 80s. It's very hard for the Eurostoxx to be able to turn this around. And now you start progressing down towards those 97 area. DAX down at 80s now, and still selling, still selling, still selling. So the momentum here was with the DAX. The idea of the trade though, or the place that you wanted to be entering the trade, was in that Eurostoxx through those 03s, but it was all about waiting for the DAX to show this directional momentum type move. Prior to that, we'd seen it numerous times floating up and down. It looked like it was going to go. But this time, after a reasonably steady move up and a hold around 11s, then it started to go with some more pace. And it was when that pace picked up in the DAX, that was your clue, that you could then take the trade on that you were looking for anyway in the Eurostoxx. You're always looking for the momentum to build for 03s. As the DAX broke and then continued to push and push, that was your chance to sell the Eurostoxx further. That was your chance to get to increase confidence, increase conviction on that trade. Gets you down to 97, the first objective. Depending upon what your overall objective was, this was then potentially a place to try and hold on to this and look for a further move. What we did get was a move all the way back up to 10s before we got a further continuation of the Eurostoxx. So a very, very difficult trade to actually manage to hold on to for the larger move. But we got that first move, and a lot of that was all down to the way that the DAX traded and the way the DAX picked up that pace, that momentum to give you that clue. So keep your eyes on this correlation between the two. As I say, does seem that the DAX is starting to get that little bit weaker at the moment, and so that's the one to be keeping your eyes on.